last we will discuss about the Fibonacci extension, which is a 3-point target. Now here in the case of a down move, what would be the Fibonacci extension? Fibonacci extension would be based on the last move. So this was a first move and then there was a correction. Then based on the fact that this low was breached, I would think that the market would go down, and there is a different tool here. So this is Fibonacci based extension, as we can see the name here. So here first I choose the beginning of the move and then I go back to the correction point and then again I draw the extension. As we can see here, after the first move from the correction point, when we had drawn the extension, the move actually ended around 1.5 times of the initial move. So basically, when one is looking at the market, one should use the extension and the projection in unison. So let me show here. First we could see that this was the extension. Now let me look at the projection here. So as we can see from the projection level, this was coming as an important 2. Let me make this a little bolder, the projection ones, right? So as we can see these bold numbers, or let me little even more bolder so that it is easier for us to understand. So as we could see around this level, this was our point of target that was coming, and again from the extension we had a cluster level here, and eventually this proved out to be the level from where the market turned. So when we look at a market, we will draw both the extension and the projections, and once we have completed the extension and projections, there would be some points. This is a one cluster when these two lines actually are together. This is again a cluster. So these clusters, when many lines actually coincide and from two different parameters, extensions and projections, this becomes our important point of reversals. Let me look at some other examples also. Let me look at the chart of Hindustan Unilever. I can select any chart. Hindustan Unilever, right? Let me remove all the past analysis and let me go for the weekly chart here for a bigger analysis. Now here we are seeing that initially there was a move, then there was a correction, and then actually market moved higher, right? So what happened is that if I had drawn this line, this is the projection that we are drawing. These lines are coming like this. So basically what we could see is that when the market crossed the 100%, these points were actually important resistance line, because 1.618 is a very important resistance line. Initially the market started falling from this point, and there was a potential, as you can see, a shooting star. The market started falling, but when the market crossed the 1.618 line and started taking support around this line, I could understand the market could go higher. Market went a little bit higher, and around 200% it took some resistance, and if you could see that there were again shooting star kind of pattern, and then the market corrected a little bit around 100 points, and then when the market started moving above that, I could have decided about the next potential target, right? Now let me do the extension here also. So what happened? First this move, and then the prices came to this level. As we can see that this point, which we can see that this region, let me select this one. So as we could see that this region, which is basically this region, which acted as a resistance initially, could have acted based on both the projection here and the extension here. So this was an important level. Then when I look at the chart where earlier also there was a correction, we could see here also there was a potential cluster, right? And we could see that the market had initially taken some resistance around. The market has initially taken some resistance around this level. Let me look at some other chart also. Let me look at the DLF chart. Again in the DLF, I would like to, here let me draw the extension first. This was a very important move, and then there was a correction. From this point I extend. Right. As we can see here, initially the 100% was breached, and then there was a correction, and then actually the market moved higher. And as each particular level was breached, I could understand that the market was moving higher. So my potential targets based on the extension would be the next level once a particular level was being crossed and sustained. Now let me draw the projections based on this level. So I will go here and select the Fibonacci retracement tool, and I draw the lines here. I just want to extend the line from here. As we can see that this was coming, this line which potentially acted as the final resistance from where the market corrected, we could see in the weekly chart that this was coming as a resistance, and around this we could see a bearish engulfing pattern. So when we see that these important ratios are there and price action is holding these levels, and we could see a particular special kind of a reversal pattern, then we can look at them with significance. And another important point about DLF was earlier this region was earlier showing highs. So there was a potential that this level could act as a resistance, and as we can see that the market from here turned around and fell a lot from 260 to around 180 odd levels, and that is around, I would say, around 30 to 35% correction. So this I showed here, and the important part here I would show you how the Fibonacci ratios work. See, first there was this move, right? Now see, when we talk about that where I could go long after this correction, you can see that 0.618% level was holding, the market was moving higher. So this could have given me good entry, and I would have taken the reversals based on from here based on the Fibonacci ratios. Now Fibonacci or Fibonacci ratios, the way we want to spell it, we can understand that again that this is not a standard. We should have some indicators, some RSI or CCI. We have studied about many indicators in our course. So with RSI, CCI or some kind of a candlestick pattern, we can look at them. We can approach the market based on a confluence of 2 or 3 patterns or indicators or factor. So based on that, we can decide this can be a low risk entry point for somebody enter into the market with some stop loss. So this is all about the Fibonacci ratios, the Fibonacci retracement, the Fibonacci extensions and projections that we had to discuss. In the course, we will find some written materials about various other Fibonacci tools. These 3 are most important, and we have completed them. Thank you for watching the